Key West has been defeated. Okay, so not as late as usual this time. Still a little late. This is pretty bad, honestly. I need to get on it. Anyways, so this picks right back off with Jodio and Dragana versus West End Girl. And we kind of get this internal monologue here with Dragana where she's basically stating Jodio has always hidden his emotions. And when something kind of needs to be done, Jodio will basically get that thing done very quietly without letting his emotions get in the way. This cuts to Howler basically talking like the thing on the ground was definitely a stand. He notices Key West is all fucked up from November Rain. Also, again, I'm sorry, but there's just more FBI guys standing around not doing anything when in reality that whole fucking ship would be on complete lockdown by the government. Anyways, we then get this panel where Jodio uses November Rain, and there's also this one part of the panel where it's Jodio holding this duck with glasses, which I think is pretty funny. It has nothing to do with like the story at all. I just think the panel looks funny. Anyway, so he uses November Rain to basically drive these plastic balls that were on top of the pool to clog the drain where West End Girl was trying to escape to. Dragana then uses the opportunity to grab the lava rock back from West End Girl, but then when she does, Key West appears behind Jodio and he knocks the actual fuck out of Jodio, and Jodio falls in the pool where West End Girl is. I'm not gonna lie, I thought this was kind of silly. Like, even, I mean, she must have hit his ass hard. Like, as hard as she possibly could. For him to fully topple into the pool? I mean, I guess, maybe it's not as silly as I'm thinking it is. But anyways, he topples into the pool. Dragana then reaches out for Jodio, but then West End Girl grabs onto her too and pulls her into the pool, which creates this giant struggle underwater where both Jodio and Dragana are wrapped basically inside West End Girl's like stand thing, whatever. And West End Girl is applying her stand ability to put all this pressure on Jodio and Dragana. And they're basically fighting for their life here. It's putting so much pressure on them, a freaking tooth gets ripped out of Dragana's mouth. And while they're struggling, basically fighting for their life, Key West pulls this like Xbox lobby dialogue and just shit talks Dragana and Jodio. She's mad because Lasha Blanc is obviously dead because she's not answering her phone anymore. But then Dragana does this really weird thing with her stand smooth operators where she grabs one of the plastic balls from the pool, uses smooth operators to open it, and basically Pokemon Ball capture West End Girl pretty easily. I don't know how it just, I don't know, plot armor, maybe. I don't know how they got West End Girl fully out off of Jodio and Dragana when that thing seems to be like super sticky and clingy onto whatever it's on. But yeah, they capture West End Girl, and then the fight with Key West is completely over. Dragana then slams West End Girl against the railing of the ship, which beats the fuck out of Key West. So Key West is done here. She falls to the ground. She's done. So during this entire struggle, Howler has just been standing on the sidelines, literally with a hand in his pocket, watching all of this unfold. And we get this panel here where he's actually literally just looking at November Rain at this point. He's just staring at it. There's no way he doesn't, he knows everything. And he says, "That thing in your hand, show it to me. Is that the real thing?" And then Jodio kind of just says, "By that thing, if you mean the lava rock, then it's real." And Howler says, "I'll ask about where you got your hands on that later, or maybe I'll take my time and investigate it. But basically, this is what your people were doing, right? You brought that lava rock with you onto my mega yacht in order to get me to sign away the Howler's family's land on the island of Hawaii, which is worth over $50 billion, in exchange for some land Dolphin Bank has. Meanwhile, you've got other comrades on land, right?" And Jodio, being fully transparent, is just like, "Yeah, that's about right." And the drunk guy's like, "Jodio, you're saying too much. We don't want to be talking blah, blah, blah." But then freaking Jodio's being a Giga Chad. He's like, "Yeah, that's right." And so Howler is like, "So about that lava rock, hand it over to me." And Jodio's like, "Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Who do you think I am?" And then Howler goes, "Ahem! Listen, your name is Jodio, right? I know that's not one really called Pink Chan, and you're not really called Nor, whatever, Nor, right? You started acting as something of a leader somewhere along the way. That shitty lawyer Key West already said, you won't be getting off this ship. But that's not all. I'm going to hunt down every single friend and family member you have back on land. To the ends of the earth. They'll just vanish without a trace. That's what I'm going to do. You got that? So Howler is just basically spilling this dialogue, basically what I would hear when I played Rainbow Six Siege. And Jodio grabs Dragana's hand with the rock, and he says, the thing in this hand, this lava rock, I don't know exactly where or when it happened, but it came from deep underground, somewhere deep in the Earth's core that's all mushy and melted. It linked to the movements of money in the world, and it erupted from a volcano onto the surface in order to change those systems. And Jodio basically goes, and those documents over there, those are also real. And we have the lava rock, and you're gonna sign them. And I know you're gonna sign them. And Howler's like, you're talking like I'm actually gonna sign that shit. Me? You think I'm gonna sign a document? And Jodio's like, yeah, I think he will. That $50 billion is going to be ours. I'm certain of it. That's the stuff you said about not being able to get off the ship and your friends blah, 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 blah. That applies to you as well. So, yeah, Jodio basically does Uno reverse card. I have the lava rock. Those documents are real. You're going to freaking sign it because I have the rock. And also, I'm also going to hunt down your every family, every friend, and kill them. They're just going to vanish. So that closes off this chapter, chapter 31. The fight against Key West is finally over. I kind of hope Key West isn't fully, like, you know, dead. She seems just kind of, like, knocked out, not dead. I really liked Key West's design. She was definitely my favorite one out of those, like, gaggle of goons we got a couple chapters ago. She's really cool. I like her design, so I hope she, like, comes back. She's not fully dead. West End Girl is a pretty interesting stand. I like the kind of the different things that happened with the stand where it's, like, traveling between gaps and they can't find it and it like causes all this mayhem. What happened at the beginning of the chapter, Dragana basically talking about Jodio having no emotion, kind of an interesting thing that gets brought up here. I think it has something to do with Jodio being, I think it was a sociopath, basically kind of going back to what we learned about Jodio, and I think in chapter 1, right, where Jodio states he's been officially classified as like a sociopath, so that would fall in line with him not really showing his emotions all that well, and when something needs to be done, he kind of does it in a manner where there's no emotion at all. We do get this fully see November Rain again in this chapter, which I think right now is my favorite stand. It's a really unique looking stand. This has to be one of the most unique looking stands that Araki's ever made at this point. So I think he looks really cool. Jodio holding this duck for no reason I think is just super funny. I really like this panel. I don't know exactly how they fully got West End Girl off of Jodio and Dragana. They are fully wrapped in this thing underwater struggling, and they somehow got it off of them and got it inside this bubble, literally like catching a Pokemon. That was a little weird. Obviously, this moment with Dragana slamming West End Girl into like the railing is pretty funny. West End Girl is just like, you're not getting off this boat alive. And Dragana is just like, yeah, guess what, buddy? Neither are you. Kablam! Yeah, and then she just falls in the ground. She is bloody to all hell. She does not look pretty anymore. She looks fucked up. Of course, the ending of the chapter I think is really cool. Howler is just, again, Xbox Live lobby just spitting fucking insults and like threats at Jodio and Dragana. And I think it's pretty interesting the way Jodio handles this. He's fully transparent about it and just kind of goes, yeah, well, we have the rock, so you're going to sign the documents, whether you think so or not. And Howler's just like, no, I'm not. And Jodie's like, yes, you are. And also, we're going to be the ones killing your friends and family. So that's just basically it of this chapter. In other JoJo news, there's the Steel Ball Run anime trailer. Like, there's another trailer. I don't know if I should, like, react to that. I didn't react to it, like, when it first came out, but the anime is looking pretty good. There's Poco Loco and Sandman now, so I think that's pretty interesting. So that's going to be it for this video. Let me know in the comments if you have any like theories or predictions of where the stories are going to go from here. Do you think Howler's actually going to sign the papers? It seems like he definitely will. I mean, Jodio has the rock at this point. I don't know what monkey wrenches are going to get thrown into the mix here after this fight with Key West. Again, I do stream. I know this isn't a JoJo like channel necessarily, But I do like keeping up with JoJoLands and talking about JoJo every once in a while. So if you do want me to keep like, you know, making these videos, just like comment or like or just anything, or just even watching the video at this point helps. Oh, also, I think this is getting posted on the day before Christmas Eve. So Merry Christmas to, you know, everybody that celebrates Christmas. I hope you guys have a absolutely splentastic Christmas and you have like presents and food and family and friends and whole 9 yards. I hope one of you guys gets a lava rock so then you can give it to me. That'd be awesome. All right, anyways, bye.